There is no way that you're going to tell me I'm going to work my whole life. I'm going to sit behind a desk and work 9 to 5 each day of my life until retirement. There is no way that is what life is about. I will not be put in that box. I'm sorry. I just realized a little bit extra. Ooh, little boogie. I want to have fun. Like, I actually want to have fun, and I don't understand why this is the norm, and we're putting up with this. I know half of us are not putting up with it, but I feel like we're putting up with it too much. It's time to take a stand. I don't know how we would take a stand. I'm so red, because I'm stressed. This is why I travel, because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to work, and then I'm going to travel, because why the fuck would I lock myself into a job for the rest of my life? I need to fucking see the world. Like, I genuinely need to see the world and experience life. And I'm young, and I'm lucky that I have that privilege of not having too many responsibilities, not having any little fucking rats running around, you know what I mean? But, like, Jesus Christ, it's gonna make me cry. And I love you all, and if you're working and you're struggling, you're the fucking shit, and you deserve love and light and peace. Bye.
She is 100% right. This is why many conservatives are irrelevant. Conservatives generally have no idea about life or why they are here. To be fair, as humans, we weren't meant to just sit in an office for 40 to 50 hours each week for 50 years of our lives. She is somewhat correct. We didn't incarnate just to work our whole lives. We have been conditioned to believe that this is normal. However, I believe that there is some value in working a job. You know, I don't really mind that she is animated like this. Apparently, this is how young people do humor now. If you watch Has Been Hotel and many other TV shows that are created by the new generation, they have this type of humor where they curse a lot and they're very animated. So, I'm not going to make fun of that just because I don't understand it. But I want to tackle her argument because I see it everywhere with young people. And it's the idea that I don't want to work, I want to have fun, I want to travel. So basically what you want, and there's no shame in it, okay? Like just come out and say, you want slavery. That's what you want, because you don't want to work, but you want to travel. So you want a pilot to work 8 to 10 hours a day in order to fly you over to wherever your destination is. And when you get there, you want a taxi driver to take you to the hotel. And then when you are at the hotel, you want the staff to make sure you're comfortable. So basically, you want all the other people on the planet to work in order for you to have fun. Which is understandable. You know, like everyone wants to be an aristocrat. But the problem is that most of the young people are also part of the left-leaning ideology, which is against slavery, but has the exact same mindset which created slavery and empires in the first place. Like, why do you think those were created? It's because people like this lady existed, who also wanted to have fun and not have to work. So they got other people in order to do the jobs that they don't want to do. And this is a failure of the education system, because it says slavery bad, but it doesn't talk about what creates slavery. It's literally this exact mentality. You have people that do not want to work, or they view work as evil or inherently capitalistic, and capitalism is bad. But like, if you look at every single society on the face of the earth, capitalist or not, people have to work. If you're alone on an island, you can do literally whatever you want, but you're not going to choose to have fun. You're going to choose to work so that you can survive. I mean, even the first individuals that colonized the United States, the people in Jamestown, I don't think they had an easy life. I don't think they had their things set out for them. I don't think they immigrated into the United States to benefit from the welfare that the natives were providing, and that they could just enjoy their life traveling and visiting the sites. No, I think when winter was coming, they had a very harsh winter. And then they had to figure out what they're going to do next year when the natives might arrive. So that's the natural state. And to not appreciate just how good we're having it now. Do not appreciate the fact that, oh my God, well, you need to work 8 hours in an office. Well, be thankful you don't need to work in a cobalt mine. But anyway, I digress. You get to see people saying that humans weren't meant to just sit at an office. Humans are meant to do two things if you want to live. You either need to sell your body or you need to sell your brain. And when I say you need to sell your body, I'm not talking about OnlyFans, although that can be an option for some people. But if you're a construction worker, that's literally what you do. You sell your body to construct things so that other people can live within them. If you're a delivery driver, you work 8 to 10 hours a day delivering cat furniture Is this cat furniture? I said, no, it's not. But it could be. You're delivering cat furniture for other people, and it's literally back-breaking work. Like, some of these delivery drivers, over the course of years, they develop spinal problems, they develop heart complications because it's a very stressful job. You always need to make the delivery on time, you're stressed in traffic nonstop, you get the road rage. Yeah, so selling your body is very difficult. I get that, but you can sell your brain. So it doesn't just necessarily mean that you need to study and become a researcher. It can also mean that you can invest into stocks, you can start your own business. You can do all these things, but the problem is that the schooling system does not teach people how to start their own business, does not teach people how to invest in stocks. The schooling system teaches people how to have this type of ideology. And again, it's not this particular lady. I have nothing against her. It is the mindset that I'm seeing in a lot of the new generation, and eventually some of them grow out of it. But I'm shocked that their parents didn't have this conversation with them, because my parents used to have this conversation with me, and I lived under communism, for fuck's sakes. And by the way, the communists believe that if you can work, like if you're able-bodied and you do not work, you're a social parasite. That's how they called it. Like, they had a name for it. And everyone had to work back then, right? So even in non-capitalist countries, the idea that, oh, well, you can just travel and do whatever you want, no, that does not exist. Because that would imply you want other people to do stuff for you. Why shouldn't they have fun? Why shouldn't they travel? And of course, if everyone travels, then, well, you go to the supermarket and there's no food. And that is another problem, right? Most people do not understand where food comes from. They think electricity comes from the walls, and food materializes in supermarkets. Like, that was literally a debate during the pandemic that I had on Twitter. Like, I was starting to cross myself, you know, like, Orthodox people do this. It's when we see something so stupid that we do not want the stupidity to be contagious, so we're actually asking the divine to protect us from such stupidity. The person was arguing with me because I was saying the gas prices are growing, so food is going to be more expensive, and they just didn't understand why. And I'm like, well, you know, like the very basics, like there's a trucker that has to deliver food to you, and it's like, no, I get food from the supermarket. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, you know, like, it's not just a protection, but it's also like gratitude that God hasn't made me as stupid as that person. Because that can also happen. But anyway, right, so hopefully I gave some arguments. If any Zoomer is watching this and you need to know how to articulate on why people have to work. And the summary is that you either sell your body or your brain.